enthusiasm of fury.
Now, I'm not going to do a drawn out video like I previously attempted to do, going into a long rant about this. But, from my opinion, Nintendo needs to make a console next go around. And I'm sticking to that opinion. And this is not me saying, hey, the Switch, I hate it, this, that, and the fourth. I'm just saying both of them can coexist at the same time. That's vintage Nintendo, having a handheld and having a console. And you want to talk about third-party support? They will be able to get even more third-party support to spread amongst the ecosystem of both consoles. Okay, both the Switch, which is pretty much the enhanced successor to the Nintendo DS, isn't it? The DS is dead. The standard console over Nintendo, they both dead. You have this hybrid right here. But the problem is this hybrid is not going to be able to physically keep up with the competition. And people will always say, well, Nintendo don't need to compete with the other ones. I'm like, look, it's all about console ecosystem. And if you don't have enough third-party games on there, you're going to drown. You're just going to drown. Haven't you guys learned from the Wii U what happened with that? With the lack of support? Exactly my point. There wasn't a lot of support for the Wii U. And look what happened. Yeah, you could rely on the first party games, but because of the performance of the console, you didn't get as much as you're getting now with the Switch, or that you previously got with the Wii, or that you got with the GameCube. So, I say going forth, they definitely need to do a home console. And we've been hearing all these rumored, speculated numbers about the Switch Pro, which is not coming out this year. If it is coming out next year, I'll be surprised. But why don't you build that into a home console and then actually continue to support this on Switch strongly, simultaneously, so Nintendo can be back on top. They on top. They doing well right now, but I'm talking about on top of their game. Their game. Okay? Because this is what we get right now. Doesn't seem like Nintendo at their best. They just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And because a lot of people are so dedicated to Nintendo, they're not going to question anything Nintendo does. I'm not dedicated to the three of these companies. I'm a fan of what each of them do, but being dedicated and being online and cracking and cursing each other out, that's not my wheelhouse. Okay? So I personally feel the Nintendo Switch needs a companion. It needs a home console. And vintage Nintendo will be back. Not like, okay, exactly the way it was, but Nintendo has always been, since the late 80s with Game Boy, has been a console handheld market. And just because you got something that can do both, well, think about it. If they push in the Switch Lite and they're going to start pushing that more and more, is it going to really be doing both lately? This is the perfect time to build something that's very comparable to what's currently out there, which will give Nintendo a better opportunity to get more third-party games that have higher quality. I'm sorry, Switch. Love you, but you can't do it like a standard console can. But they've been doing their thing. But when it comes to what is going to be released down the line on Series X and PS5, they're not going to be able to get those games. So Nintendo, stop trying to prolong the life of the Switch as competitor to these two new consoles. Build something that does continue to support the Switch as the handheld, or you can still call it a hybrid, whatever. But they need a console also, because the DS sold incredibly well in its lifetime. But imagine the DS out now. You really think the DS would have been able to get the third-party support that its competitors getting, even at its time when the DS was at its highlight? It wasn't getting those ports. They can't get the ports that a PlayStation 3 or 360 could get. It can't get those. It can't. So look at it from that perspective. Now, fast forward to this time, the Switch will not be able to get the stuff PS5 and Series X will be getting in their prime. Because you know, the beginning of a console life is never prime. They don't tap into the hardware until later on. But I digress. So I'm going to cut this one short, because I'm a fury. I'm here. Now I'm out. Peace.